Good evening and welcome to my weekly YouTube channel, The Abuse of Power, State and Legal. We're coming to you live from Limerick and it's Friday the 1st of August 2025. I've got a little description box, it's on the webpage, but I'll put it up here also so people can have a little bit of a read to see what the channel's about. Okay, this is episode 5. It's the ongoing issues with my AIB loan, which is 11876-020. We left off last week, which was it was the 28th of July 2022. I filed a notice of motion. I was appealing a decision that a Dublin-based law firm, Joint & Crawford, dismissed a witness summons requesting the attendance of 3 AIB employees to Limerick Circuit Civil Court. And the reason I'm appealing this decision because the dismissal was held in my absence because Limerick Court Office sent my notice of hearing to a wrong address. And I'm also arguing that it was dismissed on foot of an untruthful sworn affidavit. So we went to the court recess. So the next appearance was Thursday, the 27th of October, 2022. It was before Judge Michael P. Walsh. Judge Colin Daly had left for the summer and he didn't appear to come back to Limerick, or he was now replaced by Judge Michael P. Walsh. Anita Finucane, a barrister at law, was representing the plaintiffs or appeared on behalf of the plaintiffs and requested an adjournment, and I objected to the adjournment because of the seriousness of the issue. The matter went on till after lunch. Then at about 10 minutes to 3, 2:50 p.m, Michael P. Walsh ran out of time and that was the end of the hearing that day and the matter didn't get heard. The next appearance was 5 weeks and 5 days later, which was Tuesday the 6th of December 2022. I gave Judge Walsh a little piece of paper just to highlight the salient points of what had happened. It was only maybe 4 brief sentences. And he said the other side hadn't seen it. He instructed me to post it to the other side. So I had to post the other side a copy. That was the end of the 6th of December. And the plaintiffs requested an adjournment and I objected to their adjournment again at the beginning of that hearing. The next time the matter appeared was on Thursday, the 12th of January 2023, before Judge Michael P. Walsh. I handed him my same piece of paper and I handed him in the certificate of postage. Counsel for the plaintiff said that the application was moved from the judge's call-over list to the hearing list yesterday. That was completely false, because it was the 21st of December, 3 weeks and 1 day earlier, that I was given notice of the hearing. So counsel misled the judge and I couldn't get my hand on that piece of paper at the time to make the judge aware. Whilst the judge was reading my little summary, my little 4 sentences and my certificate of postage, counsel said to the judge, he said, I haven't seen that piece of paper, but counsel was unaware that the judge had asked me to post in that little summary at the previous hearing, and the judge was also looking at the certificate of postage. Anyway, Judge Walsh adjourned the matter again for 1 week to the 19th of January. So this was now appearance number 4. Counsel stated that my loan had been sold and they were requesting the adjournment to change the name and the title proceedings. I objected again, and because what counsel were trying to do, they were trying to sell their clients were selling the loan to remove their name from the title proceedings, and by removing the name from the title proceedings, it may negate any future witness summons that I may issue to request the attendance of AIB employees. And this will be dealt with in greater detail. Michael P. Walsh granted adjournment number 4 against my wishes. I said, no, this matter has to be held, and he started pressuring, he started making hand gestures like that, saying this won't prejudice you in any way. So anyway, that was the 19th of January, and Michael P. Walsh adjourned the matter for the 4th time. 4 days later, on Monday the 23rd of January, I wrote into Patricia Ryan, President of the Circuit Court. I notified her of all the adjournments that Michael P. Walsh was making and the urgency of the matter. And I just said, is there any limit that she can put on this? Can you just keep adjourning matters? Patricia responded and said her role is purely administrative. She has no authority or jurisdiction over the actions of a judge, and judges are subject to the Constitution. The matter appeared in the call-over list on Monday the 27th of March. This was appearance number 5. Plaintiffs requested another adjournment. I refused, and the County Registrar wouldn't give them the adjournment. Next, we appeared on Thursday the 18th of May. They requested adjournment number 5, and I advised Judge Michael Walsh that I said, no, they've had 4 adjournments. This is number 5. The County Registrar wouldn't grant them one, and Michael agreed to hear the hearing that day, which was on Thursday the 18th of May. I explained to Michael Walsh that the solicitors and barrister for the plaintiffs had filed what I was claiming was an untruthful sworn affidavit to dismiss a witness summons, and they were not telling the truth regarding the direction that Judge Colin Daly gave in open court regarding the issuance of a witness summons. In fairness to him, Michael P. Walsh determined at that point in time, he said that Colin Daly would have to return to Limerick he was the only one who could determine what direction he gave. This was on the 18th of May. Michael P. Walsh adjourned the matter to 6 days' time, which was Wednesday the 24th of May, and he was hoping to have a date that Colin Daly would be back in 6 days' time. In 6 days' time, Michael Walsh's tune changed a little bit. There was no date for Colin Daly, and Michael Walsh was adjourning matters again. I said, listen, we were here 6 days ago. The purpose of fixing this hearing today was to have a date for Colin Daly. And Michael P. Walsh turned around and said, this won't disadvantage you. I said, it will disadvantage me. He said, how will it disadvantage you? I said, because the longer this goes on, you're asking Colin Daly to try and remember something that happened in the past. And he turned around and made a defamatory remark. He said, he'll remember all right. But a judge shouldn't be making remarks about the memory capacity of another judge. The next thing I said to him, we were here today. We were here 6 days ago, and the purpose of today's hearing was to locate Colin Daly or to fix a date. The next thing Michael P. Walsh said, we can't track him down. And the next thing he said to me was, you're not paying the bank anyway. Michael P. Walsh had no idea whether I was paying the bank or not because he hadn't looked at any of the papers. And to make a remark that we can't track another judge down, that's not correct. So Michael P. Walsh adjourned the matter again until the 12th of July 2023. 12th of July 2023. Okay. On Wednesday, the 31st of May, I wrote into Patricia Ryan again. I said, Michael Walsh has changed his tune. I said, it's not correct and it's not truthful to say that we can't track down a judge. I said, does this fall under your heading of administration? Can you track him down? And I said, in addition, he's speaking on behalf of the memory capacity of another judge, which he shouldn't be doing. Patricia Ryan responded and said, the matter's listed for Wednesday, the 12th of July. She said, you can ask for Judge Colin Daly then on that date. I appear back to court on Wednesday, the 12th of July. Judge Michael P. Walsh seen me coming into the courtroom. And at this stage, he knew I was after writing to Patricia Ryan saying that he said we couldn't track down Judge Colin Daly and that Judge Colin Daly will remember and that I wasn't paying the bank. He put his head down like this when he seen me coming. He said, Colin Daly will be here Friday morning. Right. So basically, before Michael Walsh, the matter took a staggering 8 months, 2 weeks, 7 appearances and 5 adjournments to get Colin Daly back. And then after making a little complaint about him to the president of the circuit court, we were able to locate Colin Daly within 48 hours. So this is Wednesday, the 12th of July, and now Colin Daly is booked to come back 2 days later on Friday, the 14th of July, to determine the direction that he gave in open court regarding the attendances of 3 AIB witnesses in court. Right, that's the end of this week's video, and next week we'll be moving on 2 days to the 14th of July, where Judge Colin Daly will hopefully be returning to review the circumstances around his direction to me to issue a witness summons and also the subsequent dismissal of that witness summons in my absence. That's really it. If anyone likes the video, you can give it a like. If you hit the subscribe button, you'll get the pop-up when next week's video is ready. And please look at the description channel. And I think that's it. And thank you very much for tuning in.